Hey you guys, so we're on into our next lesson. I want you to write solving by matrix, and that's going to go on page 69. Here we go. So solving by matrix. I personally love doing matrices. I think they're really easy, but also kind of fun. On the left side of your notes, they have all of the steps that you need to do in your calculator to be able to get your answers the way you need to. We're still solving, we're trying to find solutions for system of equations, and this is just a new way that you can find it. Sometimes matrices will be easier, sometimes you're still going to have to go back to graphing or tables or whatever. So let's get through this. So my first step is you have to make sure both equations are in standard form. So it has to look like ax plus by equals c. X term, then your y term, then your constant is on the other side of the equal sign. So looking at example 1, we have 2x minus 3y equals 0. X comes first, then your y term, then your constant. Then we have 3x minus 4y equals 3. Again, your x term, your y term, your constant is on the other side of the equal sign. Then you're going to get your handy dandy calculator, and you are, handy dandy calculator, sorry. The next step is to press alpha, then zoom. So the green button is alpha, zoom, and it's going to ask you for how many rows and how many columns. You need to make sure your screen has 2 rows and 2 columns, and then go down and push OK. This screen is going to pop up. So hit the down button until OK is boxed, then press enter, and then you need to enter the coefficients on the variable side. So looking at my problems, here's the variable side of the equal sign, my coefficients only, which means only the numbers, no variables at all. I think the best way to do this to make sure it matches in your calculator correctly is to write it on your paper. So I'm going to make this look kind of like my calculator screen does. And I need to just fill in what my coefficients are. So my coefficient on 2x is just 2. My coefficient on minus 3y is negative 3. Notice how I included the sign. Here for 3x, it's just 3. And then here on minus 4y, it is negative 4. So that's what I need to fill in on my calculator. So 2, nope, sorry. Ignore that. Okay, 2, go over negative 3, and then the next row is 3, go over negative 4. So as you can see, I messed up. I should have read number 6. Press the right arrow to move to the next spot until you enter all the values and get outside the brackets. So you can get outside the brackets. Okay, then you need to press x to the negative 1 power. This is an inverse button. You can find the inverse button right here underneath math. So on my paper, I'm going to have the little negative 1 up top. Okay, then you're going to press alpha, zoom again. So green button, alpha, zoom. This time you have to make sure your screen has the following numbers highlighted. 2 rows, and we only want 1 column. Okay, then you're going to go down, hit the down arrow until OK is boxed, and press enter. Then you're going to enter the total values. So the constants, or these whole numbers on this side of the equal sign, is going to go in its own little box. So I have a 0, I have a 3. Okay. So again, I need to make my calculator match. I have a 0, and I have a 3. Okay, then you're going to press enter. Notice how my answer looks like that. So it says 9, 6. Okay. What this means, this gives it to you x on top, y is on the bottom. Okay, so if x is on top, y is on the bottom, and we have 9, 6, if we convert that into a coordinate point, which is x comma y, then we actually have 9 comma 6. This is our final answer. Okay, we can ignore 13. We don't actually need that. You can cross that out. Okay, so as you can see on 14, it says x, y, so the solution looks like a coordinate point, just like I said here. Okay, so let's try example number 2. We have our x term, our y term, constant on the other side. X term, y term, constant on the other side. So it is in standard form, so that step is done. Now that I know what this looks like, I'm actually going to write everything down, so whenever I get to my calculator, I can see what exactly needs to be put in my calculator. So my coefficient of x, since I can't see it, it's an implied 1. Same thing on my y, it's an implied 1. On this x, it's an implied 1. And this one is an implied -1. Okay, inverse, and then my constants. So we have 16, 2, okay, and then it's going to equal something. That's what the calculator is for. So I know what it's supposed to look like in my calculator. Now I can go through my steps and plug it in and make sure I have it right. So I'm going to clear my calculator. Step 2, press alpha, zoom. I need it to have 2 rows, 2 columns, and go down and push OK. And then I'm going to enter the coefficients, so the numbers only. That would be this box right here. So we're going to have a 1, and then a 1 and a negative, ooh, what is that? And a -1. Okay, so my coefficients only, I went outside the box, outside the bracket. Next, I need to press the inverse button. Got it. I have to go back to alpha, zoom again. This time I need 2 rows, 1 column. Go down and press OK. I need to enter my total values, which is this box, so 16, go down to 2, and press enter. So it's coming out as 9, 7. So my answer is going to be 9, 7. All right, so in examples 3 and 4, I'm actually going to change it, so ignore this. I'm going to change this to x plus y equals 13 and -2x plus y equals 4. And on number 4, I'm also going to change it. I'm going to make it say 10x minus 7y equals 0 and 2x plus y equals 24. Okay, what I want you to do is I want you to try examples 3 and 4 on your own. When you think you have an answer, I want you to come up and show me. And if you get the answer right, I will give you the assignment for today. If you have any questions, you could ask me at that time as well. Yeah, okay, good luck.